Ready? Hello everyone. Good evening. How are you all? So yes, we are again back with the chemistry, and since we have already discussed what was periodic table, we have understood chemical bonding. So now we are moving forward, and today we will be understanding the atomic structure. Now since we are talking about the atomic structure, first of all, we must be aware of who has actually given this atomic theory, right? So here's the first question on the screen, and the question is, atomic theory of matter was given by whom? So was he Avogadro, was he Dalton, was he Newton, or was he Pascal? So I'm waiting for the comments from you all, and everyone who's there in the session, kindly like it and share it. And yes, I'm waiting for the comments from everyone. So answer please. Who was the one who has given the atomic theory? So can you answer this part? Yep. So waiting for the answer please. If I talk about atomic theory, we must be aware of who was he? He was Dalton. So Dalton, when gave this atomic theory, he told these particular atoms are the smallest particles which are actually possible here. So we have Anushka in the session. Hello Anushka, good evening. How are you? So yes, what we are talking about? We are talking about atomic theory which was given by Dalton, and Dalton was the one who has actually told that atoms are indivisible particles, that is atoms cannot be broken into the other subparticles, that is it would be the smallest particle which is actually possible in the on the earth, fine, or on in the universe we can say. So yes, it was Dalton who has given this atomic theory. Next, the fundamental particles that are composed on atom are dash. Now from here we will be taking several questions from this question, but I want answer from you all. The question is the fundamental particles which composed on an atom are dash. So we have four options here, and I guess I'm getting your comments quite late, again. But yeah, want answer from everyone. Fundamental particles that are composed on atom are dash. Once you give me this answer, after that we'll be discussing the matter, and then we will be discussing how many total states are actually there. Because this is the question which is again and again asked in the examination, and every time we tick 3, and that's totally wrong. But before understanding this matter part, let's have a discussion on this atom. When we are talking about an atom, it is consisting of what? And it's very important thing. When we are talking about molecules, we can say that molecules are the ones which can be divided, but yes, atoms cannot. Now first of all, we must be understanding about the theoretical section. So yes, for the atom, sir, will you please inform me about the whole syllabus of chemistry? I'm a beginner. Okay, Anushka, I'll tell you about the chemistry part, but first let's complete this answer, then I'll be talking to you, fine. So yes, if I'll go with this part, please remember the fundamental particles that are composed of atom are what? So these are electron, proton and neutron. So we have proton, electron, meson, noops, proton, electron, photon, noops. Yeah, proton, electron, neutron would be the correct answer over here. And now, before explaining this part, matter and states, let me tell you, Anushka, if we'll go with the CGL's science section, here for the chemistry part, there is no such specific subtopics which are given. So we can do one thing, we can have a look at the previous year sections, and accordingly we can define that yes, from chemistry, the questions which are asked are from periodic table, they are from chemical bonding, they are from this atomic theory part, where we can talk about the subparticles and all, and then we'll go with the nuclear chemistry part, where we have to discuss about the radioactivity and all. Then some of the questions are even asked from chemical reaction part, fine, and then we can talk about the organic chemistry. Apart from organic chemistry, then we have metal non-metals, where the questions are actually asked from alloys. And don't worry, we have those particular tricks in which we can easily remember what are those alloys, what is the process that is actually involved in the metallurgy part, where we'll talk about calcination, roasting. And after understanding metals, non-metals, metallurgy, in the ending we'll be studying chemistry in everyday life, where the questions are asked, for example, for the ripening of fruits, which particular gas is used. If I'll talk about the factories, then which type of alcohol is used there. If I'll talk about medicines, so question can be asked from aspirin, it can be tranquilizer, that is, if I'll talk about this disperins, paracetamol, what is that particular category? All these questions are asked from chemistry part. And yes, the most important thing, acid, bases and salts, where the question is asked, in apple, which particular acid is there? Then in the tomato, which particular acid is there? These type of questions are repeatedly asked. So got my point? Again, I'll say the same thing. When you will just have a look at that particular syllabus, they have given general science, in which we are including physics, chemistry, bio, and with the previous year experiences, we have actually discussed these particular topics. And yes, questions are not going to get out from this particular syllabus. Got my point, Anushka? Let's move forward now. So yes, if I talk about fundamental particles, they are composed of protons, electrons, neutrons. Now talking about matter. If I talk about matter, how many states of matter are there? So can you tell me how many states of matter there? And yes, everyone who is there in the session now, I want answer from everyone. Why? Because this question is very, very important. I guess you must be saying, sir, if I talk about matter, cool Anushka. If I talk about matter, this answer we already know. You will say, what? Sir, the first one is what? The first one is solid. If I talk about solid, here molecules are very near apart. So they are very closer, that is very near. Then second, if I talk about liquid, so here molecules are quite far apart, but yes, still they are quite near. But if I talk about gas, here the molecules are very far apart. So yes, sir, if I talk about these states, they are only 3. But in this condition, your answer is going to be wrong. Now why? This question has been asked in the examination, not only MTS, not only CHSL, even in the CGL. Anushka, let me tell you, that's why I've kept this question here. Again, I'll ask this question in another session. Please remember, we are going to have the 4th state of matter as well, and I'll write for you here. Everyone, please remember, there's a 4th state of matter as well. Now, what's that 4th state? The 4th state of matter is actually your plasma. What's that? That is actually your plasma. Please remember, this is the 4th state of matter which is actually asked in the examination, and it's very important. No doubt, solid, liquid, gas are the states of matter. What if I talk about 4th state? The 4th state is actually your plasma. A very important question which is asked in the examination again and again. Everyone, please focus on all these questions which I'm discussing, because all these are previously asked and are very, very important for the examination. Right? Okay. So yes, we have already discussed proton, electron and neutron were the correct answer here. Next, the size of nucleus is measured in dash. Now this is from Cgl 2015. Is size of nucleus measured in AMU, atomic mass unit, or is it in angstrom, it's in centimeter, or is it in Fermi? What's the answer? What's the correct answer? So need answer from everyone, each one of you. Anushka and all the other candidates, can you answer this part? The size of nucleus is measured in AMU, angstrom, centimeter or Fermi. What's that? If I talk about angstrom, we have actually discussed what? Sinusoidal waves, remember? And there I explained you, if I talk about any of the 2 troughs or any of the 2 crusts, the distance between them is measured by lambda, that is we call that what? It is actually the wavelength, remember that part? And here we were using the unit that was angstrom. And if I talk about angstrom, remember 10 to the power minus 10. But even there's another unit which is even lower than that. And that's what? That's actually the Fermi. Fine, if I'll compare it with the meter part, so totally correct. Awesome Anushka, very good. What is the correct answer? The correct answer is going to be Fermi over here. And if I'll compare it, then what I'll say? 10 to the power minus 15, right? So yes, we can compare with this meter part. If I'll try to compare meter with the centimeters, so what's that? 1 meter is going to be equal to 10 to the power 2 centimeter. Remember that? Yeah. So here Fermi is going to be the correct answer. Next, we have next question. Nucleus of an atom consists of what? Now this is from section officer 2003. What is the correct answer for this? Nucleus of an atom is consisting of what? So let me draw this part where we have nucleus, right? And here when I talk about this part, these are what? These are shells. We have already discussed it, right? So yes, these are the shells. And if I talk about this part, it is consisting of what? We have proton and neutron. Remember? And if I talk about this, this is what? Here we have electrons. Correct? So here the question is asked, nucleus of an atom is consisting of what? So is it proton, neutron, or is it electron, proton, neutron? What is the correct answer? See, I have written everything on the board. I guess now you can answer. Anushka, right? And everyone else, whoever is there in the session, if you have any sort of doubt, please let me know. Anushka is saying, sir, if I talk about nucleus, it is going to have electron, proton and neutron. But Anushka, just try to have a look over here. If I talk about proton and neutrons, they are actually present here. But where are electrons? Electrons are present in these shells. We call them orbits, right? So in these shells, we are having electrons. But in the nucleus, what we are having? Proton and neutrons. Got my point? So what is going to be the correct answer? The correct answer is going to be your option number C, that is protons and neutrons. Again, please remember, Anushka and all the other candidates who are present here, if I talk about this nucleus, it is consisting of what? Proton plus neutrons. And outside this, we have electrons which are revolving around this nucleus, right? So please remember, here the neutron is actually what? Positively charged, and electrons are negatively charged. There's a difference in the charge as well. And because of this opposite charge, they are actually attracted to each other. So please do not forget. Okay, Anushka, fine. And others, if you have any doubt, please let me know. Next question. Which of the following is not a nucleon? Which of the following is not a nucleon? Is it proton, electron, neutron or none? And remember, all these questions are previously asked, so are very, very important. Do not just click on the wrong answer in the main examination. Here you can try everything, you can ask anything. What is the answer over here? Which of the following is not a nucleon? Is it proton, electron, neutron or none of these? What is the correct answer over here? Yep. Which of the following is not a nucleon? Is it proton, electron, neutron or none? An answer I want from everyone. See, when I'm talking about this nucleon, that means what? Just have a look. I was just explaining you something, right? So if I talk about this part where we are talking about the nucleus, here there's a combination of proton and neutron, right? So the combination of proton and neutron is known as what? This would be actually your nucleon. Got my point? So yes, if I talk about this nucleon, it is going to be the combination of what? Here protons and neutrons are there. So proton, neutron, they are what? They are actually nucleons. But what if electron? Electrons are not actually present over there. Electrons are revolving around it. So yes, totally correct, Anushka. Very good. So here electron is going to be the correct answer. That is option number B. Next. So before moving forward, let me tell you, there's an Exampur official application which has live paid courses with the test series. It has free subject wise and topic wise quizzes with the report card. Then it has job alert, admit cards, examination dates, all exam previous year PDF with the solution, free all India scholarship test with the report card. Apart from that, we have topic wise free live classes, free full length and sectional test with the report card, free exam wise PDFs and practice set PDF. And talking about the current affairs, we have monthly, weekly, daily current affairs and free all India scholarship which we are actually having with the report card. Then we have unlimited subject wise practice set questions. Now how you are going to get it? Just go to the Play Store, type Exampur over there, click on the install button, click on the open part, just do the registration and start using it. So it's a one-stop solution for all the government job aspirants. Yes, now question is, discovery of the nucleus of an atom was due to the experiment that was carried by whom? Was it Niels Bohr? Was it Rutherford? Was it Moseley? Or was it Thomson? So what is the correct answer over here? Answer please. Anushka, these are the questions which were previously asked, right? Now I have done what? I have actually put it in a hierarchy. In that manner, we will be trying to complete the syllabus. And once we are completed with the chemistry, we have already discussed the questions from bio, physics, and right now we are going with the chemistry. In the next week, we will be completing with the chemistry part, and then we will be having mixed questions, and then we will be having higher level of these questions. Fine. So yes, I am trying to cover all the questions which are previously asked. Obviously, some of the questions will be left, but maximum of the questions which are repeatedly asked and are very important, I will be keeping all those questions in the session. And all these questions which are present on the board are previously asked. Okay, so my question is very simple. Discovery of the nucleus of an atom was due to the experiment which was carried out by whom? So if I'll talk about these options, so we have Rutherford over here, right? So if I'll talk about Rutherford's experiment, remember that gold foil experiment. So yes, because of the presence of Rutherford's experiment only, this nucleus was actually discovered. So what is going to be the correct answer? And I want answer from everyone so that I can start explaining all those facts. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is going to be your Rutherford. Fine. So there's a question. Let's see who all are aware of that. There's a question, very basic question, which is actually asked in the examination. If I talk about the discovery part, can you tell me who was the one who has actually discovered the electron? Because there are three questions. One is electron. Second, I'll ask you, first of all, Anushka, I told you already, you can have that exam for official application where you can get all those particular PDFs of the previous year question. And yes, whatever help you want, you have comment section always there. You can just let me know. I'll help you out. Fine. Yes. So my question is, who has actually discovered electron? Can you answer this? Answer please. Who was the one who has discovered electron? And after answering this, I have two more questions. Electrons, then we have protons, and third one would be a neutron. Electron, proton and neutrons. These three questions are repeatedly asked in the examination and are very important. So yes, okay, you have purchased it. Okay, great, cool. So after the session, you will be getting those particular PDFs, whichever that particular teacher is teaching, fine. So yes, if I'm talking about the discovery, who was the one who has discovered the electrons? Can you tell me? See, I have a trick here. Anushka, are you from Hindi medium or English medium? Actually, you can understand Hindi language, na? So I'll give you a trick over here. It's very simple. Just try to understand this part. The candidates who are from Hindi medium can actually try to understand this. There's a trick that is eat per nache. Eat per nache. Now this trick is going to be very helpful. The only trick is eat per nache. Let's take an example. There was a dance competition where you had to dance on the brick. So people are dancing on the brick. We are considering it in the Hindi. Eat per nache. Now it would be very helpful if I'll talk about E. E standing for electron. T. From T you can relate with Sir J.J. Thomson. J.J. Thomson. Now talking about per. So per is standing for proton. And here R standing for Rutherford. So protons, here you can talk about Rutherford. Now talking about neutrons. So Na is standing for neutron. Che is standing for Chadwick. So yes, if I talk about neutron, so it was discovered by James Chadwick. Now this is the important one because it is actually asked in the examination again and again. So got my point? So this would be very helpful. Let's go with the trick eat per nache. Whatever, you can even write in English. Eat per nache. Fine. So you can create trick of your own, whether from English or Hindi. Eat, E for electron, T for Thomson. P for proton, R for Rutherford, N for neutron, and Ch for Chadwick. Got my point? Yes, Anushka has already given the answer. That is Ernst Rutherford or James Chadwick. Totally correct, Anushka. Great. Okay, let's move forward now. Next. So this was periodic table, which we have already discussed. Now, once we will have question regarding this, I'll just tell you about this. Next question is, the atomic number of carbon is 6 and its atomic mass is 12. How many protons are there in the nucleus of the carbon? Question is this. So who can give me this answer? And if you have any sort of doubt, please let me know. I can help you out. So my question is, the atomic number of carbon is 6 and its atomic mass is 12. How many are there protons in the nucleus of carbon? Answer please. Please remember, when we are talking about atomic number, it will give you the number of protons and even you can get the number of electrons here. Just have a look at the question. What they are asking that the atomic number of carbon is actually 6 and its atomic mass is 12. So if I try to write this, I can write in this manner. Please have a look. When I'm talking about atomic mass, so I can write in this manner. It's easier to understand this. So I'll write it here actually. Yeah. So now if someone is asking me, sir, how many protons will be there? So what I can do, please remember this part. That is, from the atomic number itself, I can relate how many protons and how many electrons will be there. So since they have already given me, so that atomic number is 6, so it's very obvious. Anushka, you are totally correct. Very good. What I'm talking about, if I'll get the atomic number, I can directly say, so that here number of protons are also 6. Simple. So now, I guess this point is clear. So yes, what is the correct answer? Here we are going to get the answer, that is 6. Now one more thing. when you're writing in this manner, please remember, the one which is on the top, this is actually a what? It is actually your mass number, which is mentioned here. That is actually your atomic number. That is actually your atomic number. And these things I'm going to explain in 2 or 3 questions more. What I'll explain, what is this isotone, isotope, isobar? I know there's a confusion, but I have a trick for each and everything. I'll be telling you, but you have to wait for few questions between them. So here, option number A, that is 6, was the correct answer. Next, when helium atom loses electron, then it becomes what? Is it proton, positive helium ion, negative helium ion, or alpha particle? What would be the correct answer? And everyone, if there is any sort of doubt, please let me know. When helium atom loses the electron, then it becomes what? Will it become proton? Will it become positive helium ion? Will it become negative helium ion, or alpha particle? What is going to be the correct answer here? A, B, C, D. No issues, Anushka. The teacher who is teaching you, first of all, he'll finish that particular subject and another will start. You can actually ask the teacher, so when this particular subjects are going to start, they will be completing your syllabus, that too in a wonderful manner. Don't worry about that. Until then, whatever doubt is there, just let me know. I'll help you out. Fine. So you are already having that particular batch. You can take the help from the sir or ma'am. And here, whatever doubt you have, just ask me. I'll help you out. Simple. So, okay, waiting for the answer here. See, we discussed yesterday about ions. Remember? We were discussing about ions, where I was talking about cation and anion. Remember this part? Where I was explaining you, if someone is donating the electron, after donation of the electron, there's a charge that comes. For example, if I'm talking about sodium, sodium was giving away 1 electron. And since 1 electron was given, so there was 1 charge, that is positive. And in a similar manner, there was a chlorine. Chlorine which was actually accepting only 1 electron. That's why there was only 1 negative charge. If someone is giving 2 electrons, so it will be 2 plus. If someone is taking 2 electrons, it will be 2 minus. In this manner, we can understand what is cation, what is anion. Now try to have a look at here. Helium. If helium atom is losing the electron, then it will become what? So if I'll talk about helium, so Anushka and others, can you tell me what is the atomic number of helium? What is the atomic number of helium? This is my question, and I have already explained you. Whenever we will talk about the modern periodic table, which is given by Mosley, their elements are actually arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers, not atomic mass, in the increasing order of their atomic numbers. Now, if I talk about a sequence order, I have told this many times. Let's discuss about that. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Remember that part? So this is the sequence order where hydrogen 1, helium 2. What? Helium 2. Helium's atomic number is what? 2. We have understood this. Now what is asked here? If helium atom loses electron, that means it is talking about 1 electron. If 1 electron will be lost, what is going to happen? 1 positive charge will be coming. Remember, if electron is lost, positive charge. If electron comes in, negative charge. The number of electrons are lost, same would be the charge. So here 1 electron is lost, so it would be what? It would be He plus. Remember that? Now just try to relate it with the option. So it is going to become a proton? No. Is it going to become the positive helium ion? Just have a look. What is it? Positive helium ion. Correct? So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is going to be positive helium ion. Got my point or not? If you have received this point, please give me thumbs up and let me know. Is it clear? If it is clear, we can move forward. So in this manner, option number B is going to be the correct answer. Anushka, do you have any doubt? And all the other candidates who are present in the session, if there is any sort of doubt, please let me know. Got my point? Okay, so I'm moving forward now. So here I'll say that positive helium ion will be formed. Okay, next question please. If you have any doubt, please let me know, okay? Next, which of the following particle is negatively charged? A very, very basic question. Now, we have already discussed when I was talking about this fundamental charges. This PDF I'll just ask if it is possible to send in the group or not. So I'm not aware of this particular PDF, but yes, I'll be having this PDF. I'll just ask the team from where I can send you, and then we'll send it in the group and you can just directly download from there. Fine. Okay. So let's come back to this question. Which of the following particle is negatively charged? Here, when I'll talk about fundamental particles, fundamental particles, we have electrons, then we have protons, and then we have neutrons. Here I have actually mentioned the charge because we will remember that proton is positively charged, electron is negatively charged, and neutrons are having no charge, that is they are neutral in nature, correct? So now my question was, which of the following particle is negatively charged? Just try to relate it. What I've told you, electrons are actually negative, right? So here what is the correct answer? Option number D would be the correct answer. Simple. Now if I'll talk about the discovery, we have remembered what? Eat per nache. That is, electron was discovered by J.J. Thomson. Proton was discovered by Rutherford. Neutron were discovered by James Chadwick. Simple. Okay, let's move forward now. The absolute value of charge on electron was discovered by whom? The absolute value of charge on electron was discovered by whom? Was determined by whom? So was he J.J. Thomson, R.A. Millikan, Rutherford or Chadwick? What will be the correct answer over here? Can you answer this? Who was the one who has actually determined the absolute value of charge on the electron? So answer please. And everyone who is there in the session, kindly like it and share it. Yeah. So my question is, absolute value on the charge on electron was discovered by whom? So can you give this answer? Answer please. And everyone who is there in the session, I want these answers because all these questions were previously asked and are very, very important for the examination. Most of the questions are repeated. Most of the questions are repeated. So yes, the absolute value of the charge on electron was discovered by whom? Oh, sorry, determined by whom? Was it J.J. Thomson, R.A. Millikan, Rutherford or Chadwick? If I talk about Rutherford, there was a experiment that was conducted, right? Because of that, we came to know about several things. Alpha scattering, remember? Experiment. But when I talk about the discovery, we have discussed about that trick, eat per nache. So that was eat electron volt Thomson. So please do not click on the J.J. Thomson, otherwise your answer will be wrong. Arey wow, that's great Anushka. I thought you will be telling answer A. That's totally correct. The correct answer is going to be R.A. Millikan. What we do in the examination, as soon as we see what? Electron, the thing that clicks into mind, okay sir, that was eat per nache. That was actually the discovery, not charge. Here what is asked? Here we are asked about absolute value of the charge on electron. So the absolute value of the charge on the electron was actually given by R.A. Millikan. Awesome Anushka. So here we have option B as the correct answer. Next, the proton is heavier than electron by how many times? So yes, answer please. Now this is again important one because this is not only asked in Cgl, in other examinations as well. So answer please. The proton is heavier than the electron by dash. Is it 187 times, 1837, 3837 or 2827? What is the correct answer here? How many times? And others who all are there in the session, kindly let me know the answers, please. Now, if we'll compare the masses, please remember what's that? Here, your option number B. Very good, Abhijit. Totally correct. So, Abhijit Majumdar is the one who has actually given the correct answer in the first go. Awesome, Abhijit. Here we have option number B, that is 1837 times would be the correct answer. Next, Cn minus ion is isoelectronic with what? So is it N2? Is it CO? Is it both or none? Let's see who can give this answer. Anushka, totally correct. Great. So Abhijit, Anushka, both of you are correct. Now my question is about isoelectronic. I'll be telling about this isoelectronic, but before that I want the answer. Let's see who all know about it. Please try to give these answers. Waiting for the answer, please. What is the correct answer for this? Isoelectronic. Isoelectronic, answer please. Everyone who is there in the session, I want answer from everyone. Abhijit, Anushka. See, from the name itself, you can try to clear up. What I'm saying, iso. Please remember, this iso word means what? Iso means same. Electronic, just try to relate this word. What is that? It would be electron. This means we are saying that we want those particular options where we'll be having same number of electrons which are actually present in comparison to these options. So yes, Anushka, Abhijit, what is your answer? I've already told you, I've given the hint. And one more thing which I told you, remember, from the atomic number we can actually tell about that. So yes, answer please. Anushka is saying, sir, it would be CO. Okay. Abhijit, waiting for your answer. Let's try to calculate here. Cn minus. If I'll talk about carbon, it would be what? 6 plus. If I'll talk about nitrogen, it will be what? 7. Then we have minus sign. This means we have donated or taken the electron. We have taken the electron. That's why it is negative. That's why plus 1. And this is going to give you the total what? It would be 7 and 7, 14. Okay. So here we have discussed about electrons. Where? Cn minus. Now let's talk about N2. If I talk about N2, this means we are talking about what? 7 plus 7. So it is going to give you 14. Okay. This was 14. This is also 14. Now Anushka has told me, sir, let's go with CO. If I'll go with CO for this carbon, what we are having? We have its atomic number 6. If I'll go with the oxygen, we are having its atomic number 8, right? And from the atomic number, we can say that atomic number can tell us about the number of electrons. Yes. So 6 in carbon, 8 in oxygen, and total it would be 6 plus 8, that is 14. 14, 14, 14. That means both the options are same. So Anushka, half of you is correct. Abhijit, half of you is correct. And if I'll just combine you both, yes, both A and B are correct. So here N2 and CO is the correct answer. Is it clear? This is again asked in the examination. If you have any sort of doubt, please let me know. Yeah, Abhijit, totally correct. Here the correct answer will be both A and B. Got my point? So yes, let's move forward now. Here both A and B would be the correct answer. Next, which of the following is the maximum number of electrons that can be present in M shell? Now, I told you in the starting itself, once you are cleared with this periodic table, you can relate many of the questions from that part. Let's have a look. Okay, Abhijit, great. So which of the following is the maximum number of electrons that can be present in M shell? Now we are slightly increasing the level. First of all, I will be requiring the answer and then I will explain you this part. Okay. So Anushka, Abhijit, others who all are there in the session, kindly let me know, please. And yes, please like the session and share it so that we can have lots of candidates and you can have competition over here. So yes, Abhijit is saying, sir, it would be 18. Anushka, you were not there in the first session. I guess you were present yesterday. Let me tell you, in the first session we have discussed, if I'll talk about these shells. So the innermost shell is represented by letter K, then we have L, then we have N, and in the similar way it goes on. Now if I'm talking about M, yeah, totally correct Abhijit, totally correct, awesome. So I'm talking about K, how many electrons can be filled here? There's a formula. And what's that? This formula is asked in the examination and has been already asked. Anushka, totally correct, very good. So if I'll talk about this formula, this is what? This is actually 2n square. Now what does this 2n square represent? Here this n actually tells us the number of shell. The number of shell, which shell we are talking about. So if I'll talk about the first shell, how many electrons can be filled? So we have 2 into 1 square, but we are talking about M shell. Where is the M shell? 1, 2, 3. That is, we are talking about the third shell, right? So n's value will be what? 3. Let's try to calculate it. It will be 2 into 3 square. That is 2 into 9, and this is going to give you 18 as the answer. So you are totally correct, Abhijit, Anushka, awesome. Here option number C, that is 18, will be the correct answer. Got my point? Okay, let's move forward now. So here 18 is going to be the correct answer. Next, which of the following will be a negative ion? Answer please. We have 4 options here. What will be the correct answer regarding this? And everyone who is there in the session, kindly like it and share it. And yes, please start giving answers. Everyone. Question is, which among the following will be a negative ion? Now, how this negative ion is formed? We know that we will be gaining electrons, right? After gaining electrons only it would be negative. So just try to relate it with the options. So let's see what is the correct answer over here. Abhijit, Anushka, everyone, what is the correct answer over here? Negative ion. This means we are going to gain the electrons. Gaining of electrons. Right? So yes, try to relate it. It has more electrons than protons. It has more electrons than neutrons. It has more protons than electrons, or it has more protons than neutrons. What is the correct answer? We already know if I'm talking about the atomic number, it will be equal to the number of protons, it will be number of electrons. But what if it is gaining the electron, right? So Abhijit is 100% sure that it would be A, and that's true. When it is forming the negative ion, so there would be no change in the neutrons, right? But what is going to happen? The electrons will increase. Now how? Since we are getting the negative ion, so number of electrons will be more than protons. So yes, option number A will be correct. What if someone asks you about the positive ion? If I talk about positive ion, the electron is actually lost. So here electrons will be lesser than the number of protons. Simple. So Anushka, Abhijit, both of you are correct. Very good. So please remember, when I am talking about the positive part, so it will be having lesser number of electrons but more number of protons. But here we have the correct answer, that is more electrons than protons for negative ion. Very good. Next question. So before moving forward with the next question, we have a example official application, which is one-stop solution for the government job aspirants. Yeah, that's reverse actually, Abhijit. Totally correct. So yes, in this example official application, we will be having live paid courses with the test series, free subject-wise and topic-wise quiz with the report card, job alert, admit card, examination date, all exams previous year PDF with the solution, free all India scholarship test with the report card, topic-wise free live classes, free full-length and sectional test with the report card, free exam-wise PDFs and practice set PDF, daily, weekly and monthly current affair, unlimited subject-wise practice set questions, all these at a single platform. Just go to the Play Store, type Exampur over there, click on the install button, click on the open part, just do the registration and start using it. So yes, it's a one-stop solution for all the government job aspirants. Next question. Iron has 26 protons in its nucleus. What is the number of electrons in Fe2 plus ion? We have already understood all these facts now. Now we'll be giving answer in this manner, right? So yes, answer please. My question is, here we are talking about the iron, right? So what would be the answer? Will it be Abhijit who is going to give the answer in the super fast manner, or it would be Anushka who is going to give this answer? Who will be the first one to answer this? Iron has 26 protons in its nucleus. What are the number of electrons in Fe2 plus? Very simple question, right? We have understood whenever we are having this 2 positive, whatever positive is, that means we are talking about the loss of electrons. If it would be negative, it is gaining of the electrons. Now, iron is having 26 protons. So that means it will be having 26 neutrons, 26 electrons as well. So according to the question, we must have 26 electrons over here. But what is the thing? Now we are talking about Fe2 plus. 2 plus means what? 2 electrons are actually donated, that is 2 electrons are lost. So here it would be 24 electrons, and that's totally correct, Abhijit. Answer, that is option number A, is correct. Very good, Anushka. Here option number A is actually correct, that is 24. Totally correct. So yes, Abhijit, you have explained it well. Next. Who is awarded by the Nobel Prize for the discovery of neutron? Very simple. We have already discussed about its trick, right? So yes, who was the one who is awarded for the Nobel Prize for the discovery of neutron? Who can be the correct one? Anushka, I am waiting for your answer, please. Abhijit, that's great. And all the other candidates who are there in the session, kindly start giving answer. So Abhijit is with A, that is Chadwick, and that's absolutely correct. We have discussed that trick. Remember what we discussed? Eat per nache. Remember that part? Eat per nache. So E was standing for electron. Electron. T was Thomson. That is J.J. Thomson discovered electron. This is done. P was for proton. R was for Rutherford. So Rutherford was the one who has discovered proton. Then we have NC, that is N for neutron, and C stands for Chadwick. That is, James Chadwick was the one who has discovered neutron. And yes, we have Abhijit here with the correct answer, Anushka with correct answer. Both of you are absolutely correct. The correct answer is option number A. Next, the triad of nuclei is isotone in dash. New thing. We have discussed about isoelectronic, where iso means same, electronic, electrons, same number of electrons, isotonic, sorry, isoelectronic. Now the question is from isotone. Just try to have a look. What is isotone? I'll be explaining this, but before that I want the answer from everyone. So we have Anushka and Abhijit who is giving answer, but apart from them, others are also requested to start giving me these answers. Yes, the triad of nuclei is isotone in dash. What is the correct answer over here? Waiting for the answers. Okay. Okay. So yes, waiting for the answer, please. Isotones. Thank you for the same. So Abhijit saying A and yeah, same number of neutrons. Totally correct. See, just go with this part. Iso means same. If I'll go with this any is representing what? Neutron. So from the name itself we can say that isotone. Iso, same, neutron, right? So same number of neutron. Now how will I calculate the neutrons? So for calculating the number of neutrons, what can I do? For calculating the neutrons, I'll just subtract this particular mass number minus atomic number. Just try to subtract it. So if I'll go with this part, that is, we have options 14C6, I'll write here 14C6, then we have 15N7, then we have 17F9. How I'm going to calculate it? Just try to subtract it. So Anushka is saying, sir, it would be D, okay? But here, let's see. 16 minus 4 will give you what? Sorry, 14 minus 6 is going to give you what? It will be 8. Then talking about 15 minus 7, it is again going to give you 8. Then we have 17, I'll try to solve it here. 17 minus 9, so it is again going to give you 8. So here we are having the same number of neutrons, that is 8, 8, 8 each. So that's why we will be having answer option number A as the correct answer. But if we'll go with other options, the difference is 6, the difference is 7. No, option is wrong. Then here we have difference 8, we have difference 7, again it is wrong. We have here difference of 8 and here 7, no, again wrong. So the only option which is left is this one, that is, we are having the same number of neutrons, and that is 8. Got my point? No issues, Abhijit, no issues. It's good that you are giving the correct answers, and Anushka, it is also good that you are giving most of the answers correct, but whatever is wrong, now it will never be wrong. Using these tricks now, you will always be correct. Okay, so Abhijit, I totally understand that it was actually like a mini heart attack, right? Okay, so let's move forward. Here option number A was absolutely correct. Next is, which two basic forces are able to provide an attractive force between two neutrons? Good question, right? So when we are talking about two neutrons, you have to tell me which is that particular force, that is attractive force between these two. Okay, Anushka, fine. So yes, answer please. I'm standing over here. Otherwise, you will be missing these options. Yeah, answer please. And everyone who's there in the session now, please start answering. See, Anushka and Abhijit are answering. So they are able to clear up their concepts. Whatever doubts are there, they are actually asking. So others are also requested. Don't just sit idle. Just let me know. Whatever issue is, please let me know. Until a doctor gets the issue, how can he give the medicine regarding that? Correct? So we need to talk. If you'll not talk to the doctor, will doctor give you the medicine? No. In the similar manner, you have to talk with me and tell me, sir, this is the particular issue. Fine. Okay, let's have a look at this question. Which two basic forces are able to provide an attractive force between two neutrons? Now, we discussed about it in the physics. When I'll go with this gravitational force, Abhijit is saying that it would be D, that is electrostatic force. If I'll talk about electrostatic force, na Abhijit, here we are talking about what? We are talking about charges over here. Am I correct? Here we are talking about charges. But if I'm talking about this gravitational force and nuclear force, let's try to understand this. Gravitational force is actually applicable on all those things which are actually having mass. Whatever is present here if it has mass, those two objects will always apply force on each other. Whether it is this marker, this is watch, they are going to apply the forces. So here, gravitational force would be the correct answer for sure. Now, since we are talking about neutrons, this means we can talk about nuclear forces also, right? Now, if I'll compare these forces, nuclear force is the strongest one, right? So, this would be the stronger force, and the thing is that it is what? It is short range. So, here gravitational and nuclear force is going to be the correct answer. That is option number C will be correct. So, Abhijit, is that clear? Anushka, I guess now point is clear to you both. And everyone who is there in the session, now please let me know any kind of issue. All these things are very important. So we have Mahesh here with LTM Coach V. Good evening. How are you, Mahesh? How is your ETA? So yes, here the correct answer is going to be option number C, that is gravitational and nuclear force. Next, J.J. Thomson proposed a model which is generally called dash model. What's that? No issues, Anushka, no issues. Everyone has those doubts. Once it is clear, you will be always correct in the mains examination. So that's good. But there's no need to use this. Becoming Gandhiji's monkey, huh? We'll not see bad, we'll not speak bad, we'll not listen bad. Okay, I'll not explain that part in detail, but let's get back to this question. J.J. Thomson proposed a model which is generally known as which model? Very simple question. Mahesh, can you answer this? This is the basic one. I must have kept this. Yeah, totally correct, Abhijit. Awesome. It is what? It is plum pudding model. According to him, it was actually looking like a plum pudding model where it was actually like this, right? So, we'll not go in the detail because we are already aware of this. Yeah, also watermelon, the same logic. In watermelon also we are having those particular seeds, right? Which is actually looking like this particular part. That's why J.J. Thomson actually proposed the model which was known as plum pudding model. And yes, that was looking like watermelon as well. Okay, so here we'll see that plum and pudding. That is option number B. Next, two elements X and Y are isotonic, having same weight 54 and 56 respectively. If the atomic number of X is 26, the atomic number of Y would be what? Answer please. And once you explain this, once you answer this, I'll be explaining this question. And everyone who's there in the session now, please do not miss this part because we have understood about isoelectronic, where from the word electron, we can say that same number of electrons. Then we were talking about isotone. Iso, same. Tone, ni. Isotone, any. That is neutron. Same number of neutron, isotone. Now, we are aware of what is isotone, correct? Isotonic. That means we are talking about the same number of neutrons. But next part is, they are asking if the atomic number of X is this, what is going to be the atomic number of Y? So, can you answer this part? Answer please. So, Abhijit is with 28. Very good, Abhijit. You have actually solved it. Others, can you just tell me? Just try to relate this part. There are two elements. One is X, one is Y. Mahesh, are you there? Anushka, are you there? If you're not aware of this part, no issues. I'm actually explaining this, but I want the answer. 56 minus 28 is 28. That is same number of electrons. Correct. So yes, let's move here. X and Y. We have atomic weights 54 and 56 respectively. That is atomic masses. That is, I'll write here. This was 54 and Y is given 56. Correct. Now if the atomic number of X is 26, atomic number of X is 26. And the atomic number of Y is, it is actually asked, let me write A for this. Fine. Because you will be in the state of doubt, so I am writing A. Otherwise, I would have written Z. Now, what is the thing? We are told that they are isotonic. We have understood about this. Sir, iso, it means same. When we are talking about tone, na means neutrons. That is same number of neutrons. And we have understood, if I want to calculate the number of neutrons, what I'll do? I'll just subtract mass number and atomic number. Remember? Just try to solve it. So it will give you what? 54 minus 26 will have some result. But whatever result is, it must be equal to 56 minus A. Correct? So it must be equal to 56 minus A. These values must be equal, right? So just try to solve it. I'll just try to solve it with the blue pen. So we are given 54 minus 26 is equal to 56 minus A. So if I'll just take 54 over here, I'll do one thing. I'll take A here. A minus 26 is equal to 56 plus, sorry, 56 minus, just a second. It was 56, yeah. So it would be 56 minus 54. That is, A will be equal to 2 plus 26, which is actually giving you answer 28. Totally correct. So yes, the answer is going to be C. And Anushka, Abhijit, Mahesh, awesome. What is the correct answer? The correct answer is going to be 28. So once you're clear with the logic now, you can easily give those answers. Okay. So that's great that you have given the correct answer. Next question, please. So we have a next question. What is the formula for potassium ion in the noble state? What is the formula for the potassium ion in the noble state? Now, when we are talking about the noble state, what is that? In the periodic table, we have discussed every element wants its stability. So for the stability, it must be having outermost shell filled. Now, outermost shell can be filled with 8 electrons, that is octet, or duet, where we are talking about helium and all. But here we are talking about octet, right? So let's talk about potassium first. So first of all, I'll be taking your answer, then I'll be explaining this part. So Anushka, Abhijit, can you answer this? It's very important, right? So first of all, I want the answer. Then I'll move forward. Answer, please. Answer, please. Anushka is saying, sir, on example, I need to make a what kind of complaint? You can just tell whatever. See, issue is you have that contact number, na, from which you have purchased the course. You must be having that contact number, so you can just directly ask them for the help, or I'll just ask what is that number on which you can actually take the help. Fine. So you can just check on the application. Is any number present for this any kind of help? If not, I'll just help you tomorrow. Fine. I'll just ask that. Okay, so Abhijit is with option number A, that is potassium. Now let me tell you about this. If I'm talking about the potassium, here, let's try to understand. In the first period, it was Halina ki rab se faryad, right? So if I talk about potassium over here, hydrogen 1, this was lithium 3, this was 11, remember? But if I'll go with the potassium, what would be the configuration? It is going to be 2881. So what I can do now, if I want its outermost shell to be complete, I need to lose one electron. And whenever we are talking about losing this electron, if I want to lose it, what will happen? It will be having configuration 288, correct? So if it is having this configuration, this means one electron is lost, and one electron is lost, this means there would be positive charge. Simple. So Anushka, Abhijit, both of you are correct, and here option number A, that is K positive, is going to be the correct answer. Fine. Okay, then we'll do one thing. We'll come up with the next question session tomorrow, and tomorrow I'll be explaining you this isobar and whatever is left. What is left? Isobar is left, I guess. Isobar is left. Yeah. Isobar I'll be explaining you tomorrow. Fine. So meet you tomorrow at same time, that is 6 to 7 for the Cgl session, and in the morning 12 to 1 with the other Ssc examinations. So bye-bye everyone. Please take care. In case you have any doubt, comment section is always for you. Just let me know for any help. Okay. So bye-bye everyone. Please